Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of The Hunting Party, the sixth record by the band Linkin Park. A couple of months ago, we've celebrated the 10th anniversary of the record. I sadly forgot about reviewing it back then, but I still wanted to do it, so here we are. My story with Linkin Park is quite simple. I've already reviewed some of the records previously, mostly Meteora and the unreleased stuff from that record. So I first heard this band on the release date of Hybrid Theory because my sister brought it home and just inserted the CD to our CD player. I was like, this is amazing, this is the future of music. So I was like 3 at the time, but I've just loved that record so much. It was one of my first memories that I still remember to this day. Later I remember seeing the music videos to Paper Cut, One Step Closer, Crawling, In the End, Good Times. Then in 2003 Meteora came out, so again lots of cool music videos. My sister also bought Meteora on the release date, so yeah, we were jamming to it. Good Times. And like a couple of years later, I finally got the internet in 2008, and I've just listened through their discography once more. That's when I first heard the Minutes to Midnight album. It disappointed me. I was very sad because of it, because it only had 4 great songs, and the rest of it was very sad, boring fillers, generic rock music. And later, when 1000 Suns came out, that's when the band completely lost me. I remember that on the release date of 1000 Suns, I think I've cried because of how shit that album was. It was not listenable at all. Living Things is also just as bad, so yeah. When The Hunting Party was announced and everyone was saying in the band that it was return to nu metal, return to our roots, we're doing Hybrid Theory but in 2014 with modern production ideas, and I was like, this does not sound good at all, because usually when a band says we're going back to the roots, they are actually not going back to the roots. It just means that the music is going to be slightly heavier than the previous record, but it's not going to be near the quality of the first albums. In this case, well, I feel like they've achieved what they've set out to do, because it truly feels like a modern rock/metal album in 2013. When it comes to the lineup on this record, we have the same standard lineup as usual, so Chester Bennington, rest in peace, on the vocals, Mike Shinoda, co-vocals, rap vocals, rhythm guitar, keyboards, synthesizer production, etc, etc, Brad Delson on the lead guitar, Dave Farr on the bass, Johan Mr. Han as DJ, sampling, programming, backing vocals, and Rob on the drums. I feel like this is the last record where every band member contributed something, to the writing process, and every band member was on the album, because the next record, One More Light, is only 3 or 4 band members on songs, and the rest of the guys were not even in the studio. At least when you hear One More Light, that album has no drums and no bass, no guitars, so yeah, I'm wondering if even the band made that record or just Mike Shinoda and some of his other friends. So yeah, I feel like The Hunting Party is the true last Linkin Park record. Yeah, what else can I say? The production here was handled by the guitarist Brad Delson, Mike Shinoda, yeah, the founding member. The production on this record is raw. Half of the songs here sound like demo tracks, and that's because they are. For example, the song War, that's a demo, they didn't change anything. But you can hear every instrument without any problems. I like the vibe of this one. It sounds like an album from the early 90s because of the production, it reminds me of that. I feel maybe they felt like the previous 2 records were slightly overproduced, so they've decided to just go into the other direction. I feel like the best way should have been to just produce it like the first 2 records, but what we have here is still nice. It certainly feels and sounds special because you cannot mistake songs from this record for any other one because of the production, because it just sounds different. When it comes to the message on this record, it's diverse. The songs are as usual about depression, inner feelings, relationships, but also the music business, war, bad situations in life, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I do enjoy the lyrical content on this record. I feel like the most relatable songs on this record lyrically are the opening track, Keys to the Kingdom, Until It's Gone, Mark the Graves, and A Line in the Sand, but that's just me. When it comes to the structure on this record, it's basic, standard intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. Sometimes they slightly mix that up, like they do intro, verse 1, then verse 2, then the chorus, and then the song just moves in, standard stuff, So yeah, nothing special here, structure-wise, but that's okay. We do not expect Linkin Park to become a technical death metal band with 12 verses and 0 choruses. It's okay. When it comes to the music genre of this record, I feel like it's a mix of alternative metal, nu metal, rap metal, with hard rock, some slight elements of hardcore punk in some of the tracks, especially the song War, which sounds like hardcore punk. I also feel like there's very, very slight inspiration from pop music here and there, like on the song Final Masquerade or Until It's Gone. Maybe even in the chorus of Guilty or the Same, it has those very happy sounding melodies, at least to me. When it comes to musicianship on this record, let's start with the drumming. It's perfect. I feel like this record has the best performance of rap, His drumming is perfect here. His leg work, the grooves, the styles, the precision of his playing. The fact that some of these songs he's just playing in one take, which is wow, commendable, great work, great work. Next is the bass sound. Well, it's audible, it sometimes differs from what the guitarist is doing, which is very nice. For example, the opening track, Keys to the Kingdom, has some parts where only the bassist is playing, which is very nice. I do enjoy that. Next we have the guitar work, and I feel like it's great. It's not on the same level as on the first two records, but it still goes hard. We have some guitar solos here and there, not long, but they are fun. Some of them are very memorable, like the ones in Mark the Graves and the bridge section in A Line in the Sand. I actually enjoy that. It goes back to that Hybrid Theory sound. Next we have the electronic elements, DJ Han. I don't feel like he even used turntables on this record, I didn't hear them. There are some electronic, and synthesizer effects, not that many. So he's here, but he's not doing that much, at least I don't feel that. I wish there were more turntables and breakdowns on this album, but there are not, and that's also okay. So finally we've got the vocals. Let's start with Mike. His rapping is on point, especially in tracks like Wastelands. He also sings here and there, and that's all fine, but he's not Chester, When it comes to Chester, his singing here is mostly good. The music underneath should be, heavier, because he goes all in. He's just better than the instruments, is what I'm trying to say. And when it comes to his screaming and shouting, wow, just wow. It's back, it's here, and it sounds lovely on songs like War, Keys to the Kingdom, Rebellion. Amazing performance as usual. Now let's rate individual songs. The album opens up with Keys to the Kingdom, and I'm not going to lie to you, this is my favorite song on the album. This is actually my favorite song since 2006 Fuerte when it comes to Linkin Park. I just love the guitar riffs here, the drumming is perfect, the bass lines, the melodies, and the chorus. The chorus goes so hard because of Chester. He's screaming, "No control, no surprise, just the keys to the kingdom down the hall in my eyes. I'm the throne, casualty, I'm my own." Great stuff, just great stuff. Every time the chorus happens, I just have a smile on my face because it sounds perfect. I did a bass cover of this song on my second channel, so go check that out. The song goes hard, everyone is at their best. I wish the entire record sounded like this song, because this one is legendary. 11 out of 10. Next we have All for Nothing. featuring Paige Hamilton, the vocalist and the guitarist of the classic band Helmed. You probably know Helmed from Need for Speed Underground 2 or GTA San Andreas because their songs were featured in those video games. So yeah, All for Nothing, it has that old school 90s vibe to it. It doesn't even sound like a Linkin Park song. It sounds like an old school alternative metal track with very beautiful chorus. The song is basically about not selling out, because if you would sell out then it's all for nothing. And I do enjoy the lyrics, the vocals, everyone here is killing it, you know. But my favorite part is of course when Chester is singing all for nothing, all for nothing. That's just great, that's just great. And the bridge section goes hard as well, so 10 out of 10. Guilty all the same, featuring Rakim. This is the first single of the record. I remember listening to it when it was released on YouTube and I was like, wow. That's like a classic Linkin Park melody, you know. Then that weird happy melody happens, you know. That sounds like something Sabaton would do or some power metal shit. So I don't particularly enjoy that part, and it happens always in the chorus, but everything else is on point, especially the bridge part before Rakim comes in. The guitar riffs there are just so heavy, so punchy. It's like a throwback to the first record. And then Rakim and his lines, his bars, whatever, he sounds amazing. Like, he just lifts up this song. If he wasn't here, I wouldn't give this one 10 out of 10, but he's here and he's killing it. I love his part so much. So yeah, great track, 10 out of 10. The Summoning, this is the first interlude of the record. It has some speech at the end, and I must say that the band stated they've added this song like when they've almost finished the record to just give you some space to breathe before war comes in. But I feel like that's not necessary, like, at all, and it just cheapens the album for me, you know. The Summoning is like, I don't want this here, I always skip it, like, no, just why would you waste your listeners' time on a 1 minute worthless interlude, basically. 4 out of 10. War, this is my third favorite song here. I just love Chester's vocals. I also love the fact that this is a song that Chester made, you know. He sent the song to the band and Mike was like, this is great, we need to put this on the record. And Chester was like, do we need to change something? And he's like, no, not at all, just put it on the record. So it's a demo song basically, and it's here and it goes hard. It sounds like those old school late 80s hardcore punk bands. It has that vibe. War, destroy, yo. War, destroy, yeah. It makes no sense to justify laying down your life. Great guitar riffs, great drumming, the heaviness, the outro with the drumming is perfect, and the vocals are so on point. Yeah, this is a fantastic song, very underrated one. 11 out of 10. Wastelands, well, this one has a funny intro. It reminds me of Marilyn Manson's Hollywood album for some reason, you know. It has that Manson's vibe to it. I love the verses here. The verses are the best part, you know. Mike is on fire. It's like John without Yoko. Love those lyrics there. So yeah, that's fun. And then on the wastelands of today. That's a good chorus. Could have been better. Chester is on fire, but again, I feel like the choruses should have been more punchy, you know. Not that melodic. You're trying to make a heavy record, so make the choruses heavier, you know, like on the first records. But it's a great, fantastic song. I have nothing to criticize here. It's always fun to listen to. 10 out of 10. Until It's Gone. This one has very relatable lyrics. I do enjoy them. The music is just fine, same with the vocals. This one is actually nothing special. It's just a good song, nothing more, nothing less. Of course, nowadays that Chester is not with us anymore, it means more, you know, because it's a song with him on the vocals. But yeah, it doesn't change the fact that this is just an okay, good song and nothing more. I do like listening to it. I'm not going to skip it as I'm going through the record, but it's also one of the weaker ones here. It does not mean that much to me, but I do enjoy it. 7 out of 10. Rebellion featuring Darren Malakian, the guitarist of System of a Down. This one actually sounds like System of a Down song with the Linkin Park as a feature. The vocals here go hard, especially the bridge part. Rebellion! Rebellion! We've lost before the start. We fall apart. We fall apart. Great stuff there. We are the fortunate ones who've never faced oppression's gone. We are the fortunate ones, imitations of rebellion. I love every single section here vocally. The verses are also fun. We suck it out. We made each other to run the confusion's clear. I don't remember the lyrics correctly, but I do know that the vocal lines always go hard in this song. Same with the music. I love every single section here. This is my second favorite song on the album. That's for sure. And also, if you're interested into hearing a different cut of this song, there's a dude online who've made a remix of this song, but it's a melodic death metal version, and it sounds very, very interesting. Like, you have to listen to it. I prefer that melodic death metal version over this official one, because that one goes hard. That one sounds like someone just mashed up Amon Amarth, Lorna Shore and Linkin Park, and it came out great, so go check that one out. And this one is legendary as well. 11 out of 10. Mark the Graves. This song has a very long intro, then we get to a very cool guitar riffs, and then that cool part happens. I don't know how to call it, so let's call it a breakdown. You know, that 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do-do-doom, do-doom, doom, do-do-doom, do-doom, doom, do-do-doom, do-doom, doom, do-do-doom, do-doom, doom. That's the best part of the song. The verses and the vocals there could have been better. I feel like this song should have been heavier. What I've heard from the band is this was the first song written for the album, so that's interesting. Yeah, the drumming is fantastic. Again, the vocals could have been better in the verses because it's so weird that they are just so melodic and calm when the rest of the song is just so hard, heavy and do-do-doom. So yeah, it's almost perfect to me, but as I stated before, could have been way better than it is. 9 out of 10. Drawbar features Tom Morello, the guitarist of Rage Against the Machine. This is just an interlude without any vocals. To be quite honest, it's nothing special. I do enjoy some of the guitar Tom is using here, some keyboard elements. It's okay, it's just an interlude. It's not on the same level as Session or Cure for the Itch, not at all, it's not even halfway there. I sometimes skip it, sometimes I don't, it doesn't bother me. It's better than the Summoning. 6 out of 10. Final Masquerade. This is one of the singles with a music video. This is the only song on the album that truly disappointed me when it was released. This one sounds generic to me, like I do enjoy the vibes, you know, and the music. It's not bad at all, but while the vocals and the lyrics are quite nice, the music is okay. But yeah, I guess that this is my least favorite song if we don't count the Summoning, because the Summoning isn't even a song, it's a shitty interlude. I feel like the album would have been better without Final Masquerade on it. It's just a above average song. I don't feel this one that much. It can play in the background, I'm not going to change the song then, but if I had to listen to this song every day, I guess I wouldn't be happy. It's nice once in a while. 6 out of 10. And the final track, A Line in the Sand. This one is a perfect closer, you know. It has all of the elements of Linkin Park, Mr. Han elements, Mike Shinoda rapping, Chester Beautiful screaming and singing, the guitar riffs, the bass lines, the drumming, it's all present here. I love this song. It sounds very similar in some parts to Guilty of the Same. What I love about this one the most is the bridge section, because it just goes heavy. That part, yeah, it slightly reminds me of the first two albums. So yeah, I love this one with all of my heart. It's probably the 4th best song here. 10 out of 10. Now let's talk about something special. The same year, 2014, Mr. Han released his movie, Mall, and the soundtrack was made by the members of Linkin Park. I think it was Chester, Mike, Brad, Mr. Han, and also another drummer, the dude from Dead Sea, I think. And well, there were 4 songs on that soundtrack, which are just contributed to Linkin Park because they are Linkin Park songs. And 2 of them I think were from the Living Things sessions. One of them was from Minutes to Midnight, and it had Mike singing and some keyboard in the background. It was fun. And the other song was from the Hunting Party sessions, and that one is called White Noise. I must say that I am so pissed off that this song is not on this album. Why would you cut out one of the best songs you've made from the record and put it on a movie soundtrack? It's kinda annoying, to be honest. White Noise sounds like a mix of the Hunting Party with Meteora. It has that vibe. I love the beginning of this song, the weird noises. Mr. Han is here. Chester is on fire. Vocally, this song slaps. He's screaming, shouting, singing, "You're terrified, terrified, I will find you either way." I love the breakdown here, the verses, Mike singing is also perfect. Like, this is a classic Linkin Park song that almost no one has heard about. So, if you've never heard White Noise, go listen to it. It's a banger. If this was on the record, this should have been on the record. It should have been a single with a music video. It should have been the first single. If this is what the fans would hear, they would be like, wow, they're back. Because it has that vibe, it has energy, it has intensity to it. So yeah, I feel like this is a wasted opportunity that this is not on the album. And I don't know why, because it's the 10th anniversary and Linkin Park hasn't done anything with it. Like, release a special edition of the Hunting Party and just add all of the unreleased songs and this one and maybe something else. Like, do this for the fans. Like, you've made this for Meteora and Hybrid Theory, so I don't know, maybe in 2034 we're going to get the Hunting Party 20th anniversary with bonus tracks and unreleased songs. I wish that will happen, because it needs to happen. So yeah, White Noise, 11 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is various, the flow is digestible, replayability, yeah, it's an excellent record. I love most of the songs here. The only things that I feel like should have been removed is the Summoning, Final Masquerade, maybe Drawbar, or just leave it because a Linkin Park record needs at least one interlude, so leave Drawbar, why not? The rest of the songs go hard. To me personally, this is the 3rd Linkin Park album, not Minutes to Midnight. Minutes to Midnight is atrocious to me, like, it was so disappointing. It's not bad nowadays, you know, it's like an average album, like maybe decent even, above average, but the Hunting Party slaps. It's the only album after Meteora that I truly enjoy listening to from this band. The highlights here are Keys to the Kingdom, War, Rebellion, A Line in the Sand, All for Nothing, Guilty of the Same, and Mark the Graves. Also Wastelands, how could I forget? And the song White Noise, which should have been on the album. It should have been. It's so good, check it out. So yeah, celebrate the anniversary by spinning this record this year if you haven't listened to it, because it's fun. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment down below if you actually enjoy the Hunting Party or not. I feel like it's a very underrated album that people just forget about, including me, because I forgot that it had a 10th anniversary in June. So yeah, it's kinda forgettable, but once you listen through it, you're like, why did I forget about this? These songs slap, you know? way better than Living Things, 8000 Suns or One More Light, and I'm sure that it's going to be way better than From Zero and Minutes to Midnight. So yeah, that's all. If you want, go join my Patreon page or become a YouTube member so I can make more reviews like this, and I will see you in my other videos. Bye!